Oh, she can't wait for what I can give.
For our opening sequence, we've equally exaggerated stereotypes and developed them, and then we've produced some counter-type representations, particularly through our use of characters. We've also complied to the conventions of thriller through our soundtrack, camera work, editing and mise-en-scène. Our soundtrack used was created by Kira on GarageBand, and it's contributed massively to the tension of the media product. And as the music builds, it has like various stages of where it gets more intense. It fits with our shots and the plot line. Our characters can also be seen as developing stereotypes, with the businessman being presented as really powerful and rude. When he bumps into a pedestrian and doesn't say sorry. We've also got the urban teen who looks as if he's serving any purpose, just sitting around instead of getting a job. It's a really stereotypical view of like a modern day representation. We've also got a manipulative, high-power woman who carelessly throws her chewing gum on the floor and shows her lack of regards for people possibly below her in status. Another character that we've got that you could say challenges stereotypes and becomes counter, like the idea challenges stereotypes, because we've used social media within a thriller, which isn't commonly seen. But as technology is progressing, we've got things like recent Channel 4 film Cyberbully, in which a girl previously cyberbullied another girl, and then she comes back, supposedly, to bully her through social media, like hacking and stuff like that. But we've used texting, saying rude things like "you're ugly," which is shown, to add social media so we can challenge a stereotype of a thriller, make it more modern and applicable to a younger audience, like the new generation that are used to this technology and can see how it can be really harmful as well as being a good thing. And we've also got someone who might be viewed as a counter-type, which is the main character, because she's a woman and she seems to not have a reason to kill these people or injure them, as shown in the last shot. And it's quite common that a woman will have to have a reason to be violent or brutal with other characters, like jealousy, revenge, or so stuff that makes them seem weaker than a male character, like so men can be in groups of criminals, like riots and stuff. An example that we took inspiration from is Gothika, where the main character is she's not believed that her husband is the brutal rapist, because she's seen this premonition of a young girl telling her that he killed her. So she's taken as a mental patient, and it shows how women aren't taken seriously with violence, and so I think we break stereotypes with the main character. Another way that we have developed the conventions of a thriller is through our camera work. We've used, particularly with most of the shots, the camera focuses in and out very quickly, adding to the frantic sense of the product. An example of this is when, with all different characters, the camera does this. It did it automatically, but we thought it added a really good foreboding effect of characters being watched by the main character, so that she could get them all into the same place at the same time and reach them. We also used various close-ups We've got an extreme close-up of Jake's eyes, of the urban youth, show how scared he is in the situation, possibly showing what it could be like later in the film when you find out how they all got there and stuff. And we've got different close-ups of the people, again showing how they would watch closely and their patterns of life, what they do in their everyday. We've also used editing, I think, quite well to convey this thriller genre. It's continuity editing sometimes employed. We've also got cutaways from Connie's side of the story to all the different characters, showing how they all come together. We've got the quick fade to whites between the news footage to build up more tension, make it really fast paced. And then obviously we've got the news footage, really adds to and it's really atmospheric because it makes the product more stressed and quick. And it relates to the different character stories because of the news footage that we've selected quite carefully. And lastly, we've got the mise en scène, which I think really challenges the thriller convention, because usually it's a really dark genre, also shown in Gothika, Along Came a Spider. All the 80s thrillers were really dark films with rain, often set in America, but we've really challenged this and set ours in a sunny tall day, which usually would be used for maybe a rom-com or a comedy, and we've chosen to use it for a thriller. But I do think it adds, because we're trying to make everything seem normal. That's why the woman is seen firstly as an antagonist, but then so everything on the outside is normal, but then there's this underbelly of really sinister stuff, like a different side to everybody. So that could be seen as the sunny mise en scène, or the really light shots we've used could be seen as maybe a fake, false pretense that people often have about their real selves. Again, this is applicable with costumes. We've tried to make it really normal, but there's no guns or props like that, just normal life, so that later in the film we can really change that and make it quite sinister and show clips of what the people are really like at home. So in conclusion, I do think that we've developed stereotypes, but we've also challenged them, created a few countertypes, particularly with the main character and our setting.